This 70-year-old monk just, shattered my perception of what the human body can do. Watch this. By the end of this video, I'm going to reveal the ancient secret that's been hidden in Shaolin temples for over 1,500 years. And honestly, it's not what you think. But first, let me show you what happened when I tried to replicate his technique on day one. Look, I thought I knew martial arts. 20 years of training, multiple black belts, competed internationally. But nothing, and I mean nothing, prepared me for what I experienced at this authentic Shaolin temple in Europe. My name is Your Name, and 3 days ago, I walked into what I thought would be just another martial arts documentary. Instead, I discovered something that completely changed how I view human potential, pain, and what it really means to be strong in your 40s, 50s, and beyond. If you've ever felt like your best physical years are behind you, if you've wondered whether there's more to martial arts than just fighting, or if you're curious about what monks have figured out that the rest of us haven't, this video is going to blow your mind. But I need to warn you, what you're about to see gets, intense. Stick around until the end because the final lesson this master taught me will change how you approach every challenge in your life. Here's what nobody tells you about traditional martial arts training. It's designed to break you down first. And the master? He starts me with something called iron palm conditioning. Picture this. I'm standing in front of a canvas bag filled with rice. Sounds harmless, right? Wrong. This unassuming bag is about to become my worst enemy and greatest teacher all at once. Breathe first, the master tells me, and I'm thinking, seriously? I know how to breathe. But here's the first mind-blowing revelation. I had no idea how to breathe properly. None of us do. Watch what happens when I try to copy his technique. My hands are already bleeding after just 30 minutes. But here's where it gets crazy. The master, who weighs maybe 140 pounds soaking wet, generates more power in one strike than I can with my entire body weight behind it. And that's when he drops this truth bomb on me. Your size means nothing. Your age means nothing. Everything is about internal power, and most people never learn to access it. But wait, there's something even more shocking he told me about pain that I'll reveal in just a minute. So, my hands are bleeding, my wrists are on fire, and honestly, I'm starting to question my life choices. That's when the master calls for a tea break, and what he tells me next completely reframes everything I thought I knew about discomfort. There is no strength without suffering, he says, looking at me with these eyes that seem to see right through you. But here's what separates the strong from the weak. Most people run from pain the second they feel it. They never discover what's waiting on the other side. He makes me look in this ancient mirror hanging on the temple wall. Look deeply, he commands. See who you really are. Most people can't do this because when they look honestly, everything comes up. All their fears, their excuses, their lies to themselves. And guys, I'm telling you, this hit me harder than any physical technique. How many times have I quit something the moment it got uncomfortable? How many times have you... But here's the kicker. He then explains why this mirrors every area of our lives. Think about your career, your relationships, your health. The moment things get difficult, what do most of us do? We bail. We make excuses. We convince ourselves there's an easier way. But there's a specific psychological principle he taught me that, honestly, changes everything, and it's coming up next. The master drops this analogy on me that I just can't stop thinking about. Imagine you start walking in one direction from this temple and never stop. In the worst case, you'd walk around the entire earth and see everything there is to see. But, he continues, if you walk 10 kilometers north, then change your mind and go 10 kilometers east, then south, then west, what happens? You walk in circles forever, always wondering why you're not making progress. This is where he reveals what he calls the commitment code. And, this applies to everything in your life, not just martial arts. Real commitment doesn't mean I'll stick with this as long as it feels good. That's not commitment, that's just preference. True commitment means choosing a path knowing it will be filled with ups and downs, victories and defeats, moments you love and moments you hate. Here's the psychological secret. You actually commit precisely because you know the difficult times will come. If you break your commitment the moment things get hard, you never really had true commitment in the first place. I started thinking about this, in terms of marriages, businesses, fitness goals, and even learning new skills. How many times do we quit right before the breakthrough? But what the master showed me next about, effortless power is what really blew my mind. The afternoon training session was for advanced monks only, and since I'm not planning on taking a vow of celibacy anytime soon, I had to watch from the sidelines. But honestly, best seat in the house. Watching the master move was like witnessing poetry written in motion. Every technique flowed into the next like water. No wasted energy, no unnecessary tension. The Chinese call this Wu Wei effortless action. Here's what blew my mind. He's generating tremendous power while looking completely relaxed. It's like he's found the cheat code to human movement. Left and right, inhale and exhale, soft and hard, he explains. People always ask which is more important, but that's the wrong question. The question is, how skillfully can you express both? And then he drops this truth bomb. Action creates life. Not reading about life, not watching videos about life, but actually living it. This hit me like a ton of bricks. How much of our lives do we spend consuming information instead of actually practicing? We read about fitness instead of exercising. We watch relationship advice instead of working on our marriages. We study success instead of taking action. But there's an even deeper principle he revealed that connects to everything we've discussed so far. As the sun started setting, I knew I had to ask the question that was burning in my mind. Master, why practice Kung Fu in a temple? What's the real connection between spirituality and fighting? His answer completely reframed everything for me. When a child first comes to learn, I don't teach them how to punch or kick. My real goal is body awareness. Here's the revelation. Body awareness means knowing that your finger is doing one thing while your toe is doing something completely different, all at the same time. The greater your awareness becomes, the more you realize where you actually are in space and time. You can only fix a problem if you know where the problem is located, he tells me. This is why martial arts builds the mind-body connection your modern world has destroyed. Think about it. We live in our heads now. Constant screen time, mental activity, but we're completely disconnected from our physical selves. We have these incredible bodies with arms and legs and amazing capabilities, but most of us barely use them for anything meaningful. The master explains your body should do exactly what your mind tells it to do. If you think left, you move left. If you think right, you move right. Most people have lost this direct connection. And then he taught me the ultimate technique, something he calls the medicine for all pain and suffering. Before I left the temple, the master taught me what he calls the ultimate medicine for pain and suffering, the Dantian Breathing technique. Here's how it works. Place your left palm on your chest. Breathe deeply, first filling your belly, then your chest. Count to 6 on the inhale, 6 on the exhale. Sounds simple, right? But the immediate sense of calm and centeredness it brings is, honestly, just remarkable. There are these elaborate forms that go with this. Flowing movements that kind of look like slow-motion dancing. But here's what's really crazy. This technique has actually been scientifically proven to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, reduce cortisol levels, and literally change your brain chemistry. Ancient wisdom, now backed by modern science. The master demonstrates just a preview of the full form, and wow, I realize there are layers upon layers of knowledge I haven't even begun to touch. But the final lesson he taught me, this one's going to stick with me forever. Now before I reveal the final lesson, I want to ask you something. What's one area of your life where you've been walking in circles instead of committing to a single direction? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single one. And if this video is opening your eyes to something new about human potential, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to share this with more people who might need to hear this message. As I packed my things and prepared to leave the temple, I realized something pretty profound. This experience wasn't ending, it was just the beginning. And maybe that's why the Shaolin tradition has survived for over 1,500 years. But here's the final lesson that's going to change everything for you. I needed a moment to process everything, so I sat down on what can only be described as the most uncomfortable piece of furniture ever created. A stone bench that makes medieval torture devices look comfortable. And that's when it hit me, the ultimate lesson. Even when the Shaolin monks are resting, they're still training. Even their furniture is designed to build character and strength. This is the secret that separates extraordinary people from ordinary people. Extraordinary people find ways to grow even in moments of rest. They turn every experience, comfortable or uncomfortable, into an opportunity for development. The master wasn't just teaching me martial arts, he was showing me a blueprint for approaching life itself, with commitment, awareness, and the courage to face discomfort in pursuit of growth. Here's my challenge to you. Find one area of your life where you've been seeking comfort instead of growth. One place where you've been walking in circles instead of committing to a direction. And starting today, choose the path of discomfort that leads to strength. Because here's what I learned. The day you stop learning is the day you stop truly living. If this video impacted you, you need to watch my next video where I reveal the 3 biggest lies we tell ourselves about getting older and how to break free from them. It's right here. Don't let YouTube's algorithm bury it. Hit subscribe if you're ready to discover what you're truly capable of at any age. And remember, your best years aren't behind you. They're ahead of you, waiting for you to claim them. I'll see you in the next video.